Hello, Danger Noodles. I'm sorry I'm late. I was held up at work. And the first anomaly of the night is the Red Knife, aka SCP-3041. Warning, there is depressing topic further ahead in the article that depicts upon a suicide note. So that's something you don't want to hear. You should probably leave. You have been warned. Shut up, phone. I forgot to turn my alerts off on my phone. Sorry. Anyways, um, item SCP-3041. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-3041 is to be kept in a secure locker on site. Researchers are not to hold 3041 or allow it to become in contact with their bare skin. As of May 22nd, 2015, all access to 3041 is prohibited pending further review. Furthermore, until the review is complete, the information below should be regarded as outdated and possibly inaccurate. Oh. That's a first. That's a first.
Oh.
That is actually a first. Well, alright then.
Does that mean everything is inaccurate?
Well, it said possibly inaccurate.
Oh.
So it could not. We don't know. Alright, description. SCP-3041 is a 12-centimeter iron knife of unidentified origin, with a hilt wrapped in braided leather. Radiometric dating shows inconclusive results for the age of the blade, but indicates the hilt was added within the past 2 centuries. The knife's surface is rust-colored and smells of spoiled meat. Despite extensive analysis, a source of this odor has yet to be determined. 3041 exhibits its anomalous property only once it has been held by a sapient subject for a certain period of time. The length of time required to trigger 3141's effects varies wildly. The underlying mechanism remains unknown. Once 3041 is activated, subjects will eventually experience a dream wherein they use 3041 to attack one or more persons, removing and consuming their hearts. This dream is set to wherever the subject initially held 3041 and typically involves victims one would expect to find in this setting. In all cases, subjects do not recognize their victims. No victim is known to correlate with an actual person, alive or dead. Subjects will often continue to have recurrences of this dream with little variation, though amnestics reduce or even eliminate these occurrences. Most subjects continue to show signs of emotional distress, guilt, and psychological trauma associated with PTSD. 3041's effect can be triggered multiple times, producing new dreams in each case. 3041 was found among the personal effects of Daniel Crenshaw, an elderly recluse and collector of historical antiques, who committed suicide on February 15th, 1987. 3041's anomalous nature was discovered when, in reviewing the contents of Mr. Crenshaw's collection, a researcher began experiencing dreams similar to those described in Mr. Crenshaw's suicide note. Addendum 3041.1 Attachments. Access SCP-3041/test/Series 5 log. Notably, this is the last series of tests performed with 3041. Subject D-85373. Summary: D-85373 was placed in a room alone with 3041 and asked to hold it for 10 minutes. Result: sleep study revealed no unusual sleep patterns. D-85373 reported no unusual dreams. Researcher note: nothing unexpected. Subject: D-85373. Summary: D-85373 was placed in a room alone with 3041 and asked to hold it for 10 minutes. Result: sleep study revealed acute night terrors. D-85373 described a nightmare in which she used 3041 to ritualistically mutilate another occupant in the room over the course of 30 minutes, finally devouring his heart. Although D-85373 described the victim as someone wearing a D-Class uniform, the victim's description fit no D-Class personnel on site. Furthermore, no D-Class personnel on site were reported as absent or missing. Researcher note: still unable to determine what triggers 3141's effects, possibly repetition of exposure. Subject: D-85373. Summary: D-85373 was placed in a room alone with 3041 and asked to hold it for 10 minutes. Result: sleep study revealed acute night terrors. D-85373 described a new nightmare in which she used 3041 to attack and mutilate a researcher who entered the room at the end of the test. No researcher on site fit D-85373's description. Furthermore, no researcher on site was reported as absent or missing. Researchers note: we ought to include additional D-Class personnel in a room during testing to see if they're incorporated in the subject's nightmares. Subject: D-85373. Summary: D-85373 was placed in a room alone with 3041 and asked to hold it for 10 minutes. Result: sleep study revealed acute night terrors. D-85373 now described that a nightmare wherein she attacked and devoured the hearts of 2 D-Class personnel. Again, description of the victims fit no on-site D-Class personnel, and no D-Class personnel were reported absent or missing. Researchers note: despite having left explicit instructions to include additional D-Class personnel in the room, the test was carried out with only D-85373. I'll oversee the next test personally. Also, staff has started to complain of a peculiar smell in the lab, linked to 3041. Oh, I get what's happening.
What's happening?
You don't get it? The knife is making them disappear. They were sent in, but they don't have memories of them existing.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Yep. Subject: D-85373. Summary: D-85373 was placed in a room alone with 3041 and asked to hold it for 10 minutes. Result: several hours into the test, D-85373 doubled over and complained of extreme stomach pain. Shortly thereafter, she passed out. After being rushed into the infirmary, it was determined that her stomach had ruptured. She died shortly thereafter from septic shock. An autopsy gave no indication as to the cause. Despite pronounced swelling, her stomach was empty. I knew it.
But if you're right, it means even the researcher has been affected by the SCP.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is the SCP is also hiding the hearts. They can't see it, but because of the SCP's effects.
Yeah.
Researchers note: after analysis of notes I took during this test, I found that I had made 9 separate attempts to have 2 D-Class personnel enter the room. I have no recollection of doing this. In fact, outside of D-85373, there are and never have been any D-Class personnel assigned to 3041. On top of all this, the smell throughout the lab has become unbearable.
Do you think the bodies are still there?
Probably. I've ordered the immediate
Oh.
cessation of all tests with 3041 pending review by the site director. Access: SCP-3041 test/admin memo. Two researchers assigned to 3041. Subject: immediate action, cease all testing. After a careful review of laboratory procedures, test footage, and personnel records associated with 3041, the following inexplicable discrepancies have been noted. Despite regulations requiring each SCP have both a lead researcher and assistant lead researcher, it appears only a lead researcher was assigned to 3041. The reason behind this oversight is currently under review. Critical site-wide shortages of D-class personnel have been reported since testing with 3041 began.
Oh
I called it!
no. Oh, this is dark.
Yep. These shortages have yet to be explained. While no D-class personnel appear to be absent or missing, only a fraction of the expected number of D-class personnel are present. Despite each test with 3041 reported as lasting only 10 minutes, video footage for each test ranges from 10 minutes to 4 hours. Furthermore, when viewed, this footage exhibits what is believed to be a cognito-hazard effect. Only portions of the video can be perceived by viewers. Despite several thorough examinations, the labs used for testing 3041 continue to smell of rotting meat. This effect remains unexplained and is very likely anomalous.
I don't believe it.
For these reasons, all testing with 3041 is to be suspended until further notice. 3041 is to be secured in an on-site safe box immediately. All labs used to test 3041 are to undergo a Class VI decontamination procedure, and all personnel involved in
Oh,
testing are to be examined for potential infection with antimimetic agents.
that's as top class as it can get on cleaning, isn't it?
Yeah. So that means this
Oh,
knife is technically an anti-meat.
yeah, or a cognito hazard at the very least.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up, Vitamix. I'm not buying your shit. Anyways.
They want you to have it because you're a lady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but
Alright, here's where it's gonna get probably dark. Access SCP-3041/file/suicide note .log. The following note was found at Mr. Crenshaw's desk shortly after his body was discovered. The nightmare began a year ago and it won't stop. In it, my arm is wet with blood, the knife in hand, glittering like a brilliant shining ruby. My heart beats like a drum. Before me, I see faces of strangers, contorted in agony, screaming for mercy. A woman, a man, children, 3 girls, and a little baby boy. I do not know them. I cut them open. And then I eat their hearts. I know it's just a nightmare, but it feels so real, so vivid. And there are times when I swear I can taste raw meat on the back of my tongue, when I can feel it slide down my throat into my belly. I live a long, lonely life. I have never known friends or family, so why do I live in a house with so many rooms? Why does each room fill me with guilt and dread?
oh no.
Why can't I bring myself to go down to my basement? Why does it smell like rotten flesh? Why do I own a crib?
Oh no.
A nightmare took place under the house. I've never gone down to look. I'm too afraid. If you're reading this, then you'll have to look for me. Maybe you'll find nothing. I'll pray you'll find nothing. Either I'm crazy or I'm the devil. Please, God, let me be crazy. Despite a thorough investigation in Mr. Crenshaw's basement, researchers reported that the only thing of note was the overpowering odor of rancid meat.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
I thought this was just I thought this anomaly was just gonna be like, oh, it makes people want to go murder people. No, it gets way darker.
It doesn't make them want to murder people. It forces people to murder others while they're sleeping. And then erases their memories of those people. And
It's
no one
one.
can perceive those people after that, even while they're running. Oh gosh. Oh, that's so fucking dark. Oh.
This anomaly is already violent in and of itself, and they're gonna make it more violent.
We don't know that. They don't always get a high ranking on violence.
I already saw the thumbnail, and yes, they are, Jerry.
Oh no.
You ready for the thumbnail?
Okay.
Discord. There's the thumbnail.
That is technically not related to the SCP in any way whatsoever.
Also, here's the thing. Even though they're making them look more sinister, that it exactly looks like Alice from Wonderland.
They're doing that on purpose.
Yep. They start drawing Alice from Wonderland in this anomaly.
I think they have inspiration from Mickey's Alice. Because that was
Yeah.
popular for a while.
Oh yeah, I still need to finish that game. It does tell a really good story about, like, trauma and shit. It's, like, really
It
good.
does. But it has nothing to do with SCP-3041.
Yep. Anyways, are we ready? Hey, at least in the thumbnail, they actually drawn the SCP correctly.
It's a knife.
Wait a minute, hold on, I want to go
And
back.
also, technically, if you look at it very closely, did they actually draw it accurately? No.
Now, it's way too sharp. Like, in the actual anomaly, it's more, like, dull and bumpy.
No, that's not the issue.
Yeah.
In the actual SCP, it looks like that because of the rust. If you look at the picture, it looks like rather than rust, like it looks more like it's falling apart. That's not
Yeah.
how it looks. It doesn't look like it's made of a bunch of random pieces of metal stuck together. Looks like a very old fucking knife.
Oh, this SCP has the gay symbol on the SCP
Wait,
Foundation.
what?
Yeah, and the SCP logo is it's the gay.
Oh,
It's a gay knife. Anyways.
it's not a gay knife. It's
Now here's the thing. Did they include both the picture and no, they did not. They only included the SCP author, not the person who created the picture.
let's be honest with how that picture looks. There's a very high chance they had to use 3D graphics to craft it because that looks like a very unique item.
Oh yeah. Anyways, are we ready?
Yeah.
Alright. 3, 2, 1, let the brain rot begin.
The man walked down the stairs, into the basement.
What?
Behind him, he dragged something large and heavy. In his other hand, he held a small knife. The hilt was made
Where did
from
he
leather,
get the...
and
Why
the
is it
blade
glowing?
appeared
Why does
heavily
it have
rusted.
symbols?
Across the metal were strange symbols that were hardly visible. He continued down the stairs, his expression blank.
Let's just accept that they got the SCP wrong completely. And thus, watch this at double the speed.
He set the item down on the floor. He looked down upon the little girl's face. A trickle of blood flowed from her left temple. He held the knife to his face for a moment, admiring the craftsmanship of the old blade, then turned his attention back to the little girl as he brought the knife down. He awoke with a start, sweat beading on his brow. This was the third night in a row he had had a dream like this. Each time, a different victim. A woman, little children. The dream always ended after he had consumed their heart. He could still picture
Oh, he
the
was
faces
dreaming.
clearly,
What?
but
That's
he
not.
didn't
And
know
there's
who they
AI
were.
art in the background.
He walked
Oh
down
my
the
god.
corridor, heading to the kitchen for a glass of water. The dreams had been there for a while now, ever since he had acquired that knife. The knife. It was always in the dreams. He was reaching the end of his tether.
Wait,
If
did
they didn't stop...
use the SCP researchers' nightmares to craft a random person they get the knife from instead?
Maybe.
Okay.
Soon, he'd end it all himself. And why not? It's not like he had a family or anyone who would miss him.
Where are you? You know, never mind. I'm on my way to the scene now. Can you meet me there in, say,
Oh, I thought an ad was
15
about to
minutes?
start. Never
Roger
mind.
that. Let me just finish up this assignment, and I'll head over. Chen quickly gobbled down the
Oh my
ice cream
god.
and started up the bike.
What?
He walked into the bedroom. Ugh, what's that smell?
I know. That's why we got the call. 45-year-old male found dead in his bedroom. Appears to be suicide by this. Police came after the neighbors reported a smell.
How long ago?
Just last night. Body hasn't started decomposing yet.
It smells like rotting meat.
Yeah, and it's all over the house, but we can't find anything. No bodily fluids, no bleach cover-ups, nothing.
Chen took the knife from Klaus and examined it closely. Well, this doesn't look typical. The engravings. He put the knife to his
There's
nose.
no
then
actual engravings that I know of in that SCP.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty sure they took the circle off the Satan symbol, and they put a biohazard
That's
sign.
actually not the Satan symbol, that is the Wicca symbol. And also another symbol they're using right there is a symbol that is used in at least one Slender Man series. And I don't know what the third symbol is.
Oh, you mean like the X thing?
It's less an X thing, it's kind of like an X, but also kind of shaped like a person.
Yeah. Okay, that one at the mouth. Yeah, I know something. Yeah, that weird one above the person X thing. It looks like the biohazard symbol, like a symbol for biohazard.
I have seen that symbol many times, but I do not know what it is, but it's obviously not a symbol you should randomly slap on a knife. But then again, they're also using the star Wiccas used to symbolize the 5 elements and a Slender Man thing.
Yep.
So they're just
He put
putting
the knife
nonsense I think is spooky.
Yep.
to his nose, then quickly pulled back. Have a sniff of this.
With the pungent odors all over the house, I couldn't smell the knife. It smells exactly the same.
The Chen men are known for having a highly developed sense of smell.
That is not true.
Yes, it is.
Can't be.
Why not?
Because if it was, you'd shower more often.
Funny, Doc.
You okay?
Oh, that's food, not me.
Oh.
Would you like a cough drop? I just went down the wrong pipe. Are you okay? Oh.
Everything alright?
Spood has made unhappy sound in register. Earlier they told me that it went down the wrong throat. This bit went down the wrong, not wrong pipe. Spood does not have multiple throats.
That we know of. Anyways, we all good? Everyone's alright right now?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
funny. They headed back to the Foundation, the knife having been the only piece of evidence worth investigating discovered at the scene. Klaus came into his lab. What took you so long?
Well, not all of us get flashy new toys to zoom around on.
You jealous of the bike?
What? No, of course not.
Come on, just a little.
Well, maybe a little.
You can take it for a spin.
I'd break my neck.
Yes. Yes, you would. A D-class came into the room.
What the fuck?
Right on time. Can you take this to evidence lockup? I'll have a look at it when I have a
Of
chance.
course.
You got it.
The D-class nodded and took the bag with her.
Hey, Chen.
Huh?
Remember that little talk we had about showers?
It's the bike, alright? It was hot
No
out
one
today.
would have noticed when she
Uh-huh.
took her out of the bag.
Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, what the fuck?
As they had their breakfast, a junior research assistant came rushing in.
Agent Chen, Dr. Klaus. It's D85373. They took the knife to lockup.
Oh, right. What about her?
She reported having night terrors.
And?
She's never had them before last night.
She's a convict. She probably should be having nightmares.
Well, it's not just that. Her nightmare... She was murdering another D-class and eating their heart.
Again, she's probably a murderer.
Yeah, but in her dream, she was using a knife. The knife from lockup.
They entered the D-class's cell.
D85373, what did you do with that knife?
I put it in lockup, like you said.
Klaus looked to Chen. Confirmed, it's in lockup.
What happened between my lab and lockup?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all.
You're not in trouble, D-Class. Not yet. Now tell me.
I was just, curious.
Continue?
I took it out of the bag. Just swung it around a little. It was only for a minute. I didn't break it or anything.
So, you made physical contact with it.
Well, yes, but I didn't drop it.
Behind Klaus, the junior research assistant came into the room.
Let's see where this goes. Give her the knife for 10 minutes. Then let's put 2 other D-Class with her tonight and see if they also have the dream.
He nodded his head. The research assistant came into the lab.
How's our lab rat?
Same story, sir. Night terrors again. She dreamt she killed 2 D-class this time and ate their hearts.
Are we missing any D-Class in the general population?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Did D85373 give a description of the D-Class in her dream?
She did. They don't match anyone on file.
Run the test again tonight. 10 minutes with the knife again, but let's try putting 2 D-Class in her room with her this time.
Yes, sir.
Klaus walked the hallway with Chen.
Something odd is going on.
What's that?
I can't quite place it yet, but I get the feeling something is falling between the cracks.
Like, we're missing some evidence?
Well, not really.
Yeah, being
I
affected
can't
by
explain
that
it.
disease.
It's just odd.
Like the researcher was
Chen
an
stopped
article.
Klaus.
What is it?
He sniffed the air. Do you smell that?
What?
Rotting meat.
How was the D-Class's dreams last night?
Same as before. Murdered and ate the hearts of 2 D-class. Description of said D-classes don't match anyone on record.
Very odd. Let's try putting 2 D-Class in her room to... No.
His voice trailed off as he looked around the room.
Dr. Klaus?
Do you smell that? Rotting meat. Show me the D-Class personnel list.
He searched through the tablet, then passed it to Klaus.
Here. This isn't right. You see this? That's the total number of D-Class in C quadrant. 95 out of 95.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
No, it's not. Each quadrant is 100 out of 100. If 5 D-Class were missing, it'd read 95 out of 100. This reading is impossible. Something is wrong here. Let's go to the surveillance footage.
They watched the footage, looking for anything abnormal. I'm not seeing anything. Just D85373 holding that knife, as instructed.
It's not what you're seeing, but what you're not seeing.
What do you mean?
Each test was set for a duration of 10 minutes, right?
Right.
Then why is the timestamp 4 hours?
What? The research assistant came running into the room.
Sir, it's D85373. She's dead.
What? How?
Her stomach ruptured. She went into septic shock.
What were the contents of her stomach?
Well, that's just it, sir. Nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary. But it was hugely distended.
Secure and contain that knife. It is extremely dangerous. I want Class 6 decontamination
honest.
anywhere you smell rotting meat.
In
It's
both the file and the video, it's probably human hearts.
yeah.
I know it doesn't say it, but it's highly suggested.
Yeah. Wait, here is a question, because you know how rotting corpses can lead to diseases if you live around them? Does that mean if the anomaly hides them with its mimetic effects, does that mean you still get the diseases, or you don't?
Technically, you wouldn't, because one of the things that cause the diseases are fungi and other things helping dissolve the body, but they can't find it because of the mimetic effect. Technically, they shouldn't even be making smells until a long period of time,
Yeah.
because there's nothing helping it decay. No moss, no fungus, no insects, nothing. Nothing is helping it rot.
On it.
He
I'm
rushed
not
out of the
sure what
room.
would happen to
What
a
is it?
body without anything to help break it down. Would it just slowly mummify? Would it just
Us?
slowly liquefy?
Maybe it'll be like the Egyptian mummies and end up like them.
No, that happened because of extreme heat. I feel like the bodies wouldn't preserve, but they would break down slower.
Yeah.
Remember the old dead man in his bedroom? The knife. It's anti-mimetic. That's its power. It removes its victims from your memory. I'll bet you dollars to donuts that old man dreamt of killing people too. Probably a wife and children. The knife removed the memories of them ever existing, but not the feelings. It would have driven him mad. That and the smell. Rotting meat, because there were dead bodies in his home that he couldn't see.
So, D85373, she killed and ate other D-class hearts?
Yes, the knife removed them from our memories, but it couldn't remove everything.
The smell.
Yep. Still glad you have that great sense of smell?
I think I'm gonna be sick. SCP-3041.
Wait, why are they having a random pink-haired anime lady holding it?
And it's in a video game. Hey, look, Jerry, they have a Patreon.
I don't care.
Object class, safe. 3041 is a 12-centimeter iron knife of unidentified origin with a hilt wrapped in braided leather. The knife's surface is rust-colored and smells of spoiled
They
meat.
added more symbols.
3041 exhibits its anomalous property only once it has been held by a sapient subject for a certain period of time. The length of time required to trigger 3041's effect varies widely. The underlying mechanism remains
It
unknown.
honestly doesn't need
Once
any
3041
fucking
is
symbols
activated.
randomly slapped onto it. It's spooky without it.
Yeah.
Doesn't need anything added to make it spooky.
Subjects will eventually experience a dream wherein they use SCP-3041 to attack one or more persons, removing and consuming their hearts. This dream is set wherever the subject initially held SCP-3041, and typically involves victims one would expect to find in this setting. In all cases, subjects do not recognize their victims. Subjects will often continue to have recurrences of this dream with little variation. Though amnestics reduce
What
or
the
even
fuck?
eliminate these occurrences, most subjects continue to show signs of emotional distress, guilt, and psychological trauma associated with PTSD. 3041's effect can be triggered multiple times, producing new dreams in each case. 3041 is to be kept in a secure locker on site. Researchers are not to hold 3041 or allowed to come in contact with their bare skin.
Logic and intuition both have their place in time. Rational thought is often a boon for a confusing situation, but never downplay the role of intuition. More often than not, that nagging doubt in the back of your mind is real.
As always,
Technically, the nagging feeling has nothing to do with this SCP, and that bothers me so much. 4?
For the first one, removal of characters such license.
Yes. I mean, think of how many characters they removed.
Yeah. Added gore or violence.
I feel like they added gore, but not really violence.
I mean, it was already a violent
What-
anomaly, even despite it being a safe
Yeah.
class.
So maybe 1 or 2 for added gore.
I'd say 2.
Okay. Yeah, they didn't add any violence, but there was enough added gore.
Oh, we forgot to put a 4 for the thumbnail.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Deviates from the plot of the article.
Three, because they kind of followed it, but with the wrong characters.
Yeah.
And they slightly altered things, but, yeah, 3.
Alright. Only men in the video slash offensiveness.
Weirdly, I don't think they added anything offensive.
Yeah, not really. And they didn't remove the
that's
women
a
characters
deal.
either.
No, they didn't. I hope I'm not jinxing it when I say I'm very glad of this thing's ranking. And I hope the other SCPs we cover tonight will be similar.
Yeah, so what do you think for the last one?
0.
Yeah, true. Alright. Let's add the numbers up.
When was the last time it got 0 in offensiveness? Probably before we added racism.
45%. Alright. Before we start it, the next one, I have to go get the nickname.
Okay.
Come on. Phone. Thank you. Alright, let's see. It's 99. Alright. The next SCP is under the couch. And the nickname they gave it is Forbidden Furniture. Okay.
Why do they even re-nickname it?
I don't know.
Do you want me to read this one?
You can if you want.
I feel like it probably is a little less, like, stressful if we take turns reading, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And plus, this one isn't long.
I would say, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be as dark as the last one, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to jinx it. I don't know how dark it is.
Mm-hmm.
Item SCP-995. That's the one we're on, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Object class Euclid. Special containment procedures. Something was definitely slashed off, so I will ignore that part. Although I want to read it out loud. It was clocked out, so. All personnel should be sterilized before and after coming into the containment cell. SCP-995 is to be contained in multiple terrariums with each colony separated. Currently, there are 4 columns. Each terrarium is to be made to fit the number and size of SCP-995 in the colony. SCP-995 has been moved to a larger containment room with a 20 by 20, which is 20 by 20 meters. Each terrarium is to be cleaned weekly. If any colony reaches to the established population limit, randomly selected 995s are to be destroyed. Only Level 2 personnel or higher are granted access to SCP-995 with approval from any Level 3 researcher has been assigned to 995. Feeding of specimens is to be done twice a week at appropriate hours. During any containment breach, the room is to be sterilized by incineration. Oh,
Oh.
SCP-995 is an description. Description. Yeah, on the description. SCP-995 is an organism with traits that vary between those of fungi and those of animals. SCP-995's life cycle starts with it being a spore. The spore stays dormant until it finds an area that has low light and is moist. However, an SCP-995 spore has a probability of activating under artificial structures such as household furniture, leather, vinyl, and polyester seem to be favored. There, the spore will grow into a soft organic mass which will feed off microorganisms in the air. It will continue to grow, sprouting appendages, enabling it to move. A mouth will soon form, along with teeth and a simple digestive tract. Okay, this is slightly nightmarish.
Mm-hmm.
SCP-995, in its mature stage, feeds on larger organisms such as insects and rodents. Oh! The specimen will then start generating more instances of SCP-995 via reproduction of spores. 995 has been known to reach the size of data redacted and I know this word. I know how to say it. Diameter. Okay. Infants have become prey along with household pets. If a large population of SCP-995 has spawned in a small area, 995 will start to migrate, having the capabilities of infesting an average house by the hundreds in a few days. Oh gosh!
Oh.
Oh gosh. Well, the first instance of 995 was discovered in Redacted's furniture shop in Redacted. GA is for Georgia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which closed down the previous month due to financial issues. Oh, so it ended up getting fungi. Okay. A group of adolescents trespassed in the closed shop and discovered a partially consumed body of a homeless man who seemed to have taken shelter in the store. Police were called and discovered the large colony of SCP-995 in the store. The Foundation team was sent to investigate. The team administered Class A amnestics to the police officers involved and shipped the colony of SCP-995 to Site Redacted. Fair enough. Addendum. SCP-995 has been relocated to a larger since the location of 3 new colonies have been discovered and contained. A list has been configured to catalog the current colonies and their diverse characteristics. Oh. List of colonies of 995. Colony A was discovered in March 3rd. The year is redacted. The number of specimens is 349. Description. 995-A is the original colony of SCP-995. They're a grayish blue in color, ranging from 8 centimeters to 40 centimeters in diameter during mature age. Okay.
Oh,
Should we translate that to inches?
maybe.
Does everyone understand 8 to 40 centimeters?
Maybe.
You know what? I'm going to translate that for people who may not know. 8 centimeters is a little over 3 inches. And 40 centimeters is a little, is past 15 centimeters. It's almost 16 centimeters. Not centimeters, 40 centimeters is almost 16 inches. Almost. Okay. Does that help people?
Yes.
Okay. Special characteristics, SCP-995-A move on 4 appendages with clawed feet and currently appear to have the fastest reproductive rate. Oh, great, great. Colony B, discovered in June, redacted. Okay, June. Somewhere in June.
Yeah.
Number of specimens, 10. All right. Dash B are dark green and range from 30 centimeters to redacted centimeters in diameter during mature age. Yeah, that fills me with confidence. Basically, like, this is almost 12 inches. But don't worry, we're not going to tell you the max limit.
Yeah.
Okay. Special characteristics. 995-B are the most aggressive of the species and have an elongated snout with an extremely sharp, needle-like teeth, which are coated in an unknown paralyzing agent. Oh, nice! Who knows how big they get, but don't worry, they have paralyzing teeth.
They get as big as pigs.
What makes you say that?
I was just making a joke because it's an elongated snout.
Oh. Now we're on Colony C. They were found in January 2nd, 2008. Oh my gosh, a number that isn't redacted. Number of specimens, 264. Description. Dash C are black in color and range from 5 centimeters to 20 centimeters in diameter at mature age. Special characteristics. Dash C are the smallest in size and are able to expel a highly acidic chemical from their 4 eyes. Of course. They seemed too nice for being so small. They had to add something.
Yeah.
All right, Colony D. Found in April 30th. Wait.
That's May.
2011. Oh, May before April. May
May after
Okay,
April.
April. Okay. May 30th, 2011. Number of specimens 23. Dash D are dark red in color and range from 10 centimeters to redacted centimeters in diameter during mature age. Thank you! They're probably smaller than Dash B, but I still don't like that.
Yeah.
Special characteristics. 995-D are able to a variety of noises which vary from ringtones to a human's infant's cry. Oh, thanks! It presumed that these sounds are made to lure. It is presumed that these sounds are made to lure the prey in Dash D's area where a group of them would attack. Dash D seems to be the most advanced in behavior and intelligence. These are all nightmare fuel. Thank you. Any comments?
Nope.
Oh,
Oh.
I see you now.
Hey! I'm back! Fuck you, OPS.
Well, I love how right as you swear at it, it briefly does the I'm loading.
Yeah.
That was very brief, but man, it's like it's going like I'm watching you, Bright. Don't be a mouthy like person.
Yeah.
Want to go to the video? How bad can it get?
I don't know.
It's a really simple SCP this time around.
Well, let's first look at the thumbnail.
Honestly, I know it's not related to the flesh that hates, but it reminds me slightly of it, like a weird relative.
So today, they thought the same thing.
Oh no. Oh, poor.
Wait, I just realized they're sticking the tentacles underneath the shirt.
Yeah. They don't have tentacles, but they gave them tentacles because tentacle porn.
Yep.
I'm not going to pretend I don't know this. Also, they're throwing bugs in randomly. Bugs have nothing to do with the SCP unless they're eating the bugs.
And we're back. Fuck you. OBS.
You okay?
Now, anyways, we ready?
Yeah.
Ready for brain rat? Alright, let's go. Oh wait, let's see, did I get the license? Yes.
Cutting class was becoming a bad habit. He'd often find himself bored or angry with what his teachers were trying to get across to him. At those times, he'd just blow off the next class and hide behind the bleachers. Lately, though, he'd taken to walking around the old town. Something about the abandoned and derelict buildings intrigued him. As he continued on his walk, he put his earbuds in. They popped and crackled. Really need to get around to buying some new ones, he thought to himself. Hello, what's this?
Please don't
He
tell
hadn't
me
taken
that.
notice of this house before. The door stood partially ajar. His curiosity got the better of him. A little peek couldn't hurt. The interior was run down and in a state of disrepair. Yuck. The air had a funny smell to it. Probably mold. It did feel slightly damp inside. A chair, some bottles, and a sleeping bag laid on the floor. Likely.
What?
Good to see you, Ray.
What the
How's
fuck?
the new location treating you?
Wait, what?
Maybe read a book, take a nap, and a sleeping jar. His
Alright, I went
curiosity got
back.
the
I don't know
better
what
of
the hell
him.
that
A
was.
little peek couldn't hurt.
I don't know
The
either.
interior was run down and in a state of disrepair. Yuck. The air had a funny smell to it. Probably mold. It did feel slightly damp inside. A chair, some bottles, and a sleeping bag laid on the floor. Likely some homeless people were sleeping here, he thought to himself. They wouldn't be back until later this evening. That gave him plenty of time to relax.
They used this from Doll
Maybe read a
SCP.
book.
Same
Take a
room.
nap? Why not? He wasn't going back to school today. That's for sure. He sat down on the floor, looking through his playlist.
Oh my god.
He liked his music loud, but these earbuds were really past their best. He quickly turned back to look over his shoulder. He thought he heard something, but there wasn't anything there. He chuckled to himself. Even if someone was there, he wouldn't be able to hear anything anyway. He pulled out his book and continued where he'd left off. He stopped and looked up. That same odd feeling came over him again. He sniffed the air. Mold. Was it black mold? He'd heard that could be deadly. He waved the thought away. He was just being paranoid. He turned back to his book. The shadow slowly creeped over him. He stopped. Something was behind him.
Please don't.
He couldn't hear it over the
Please
music,
don't do what I
but the
said.
shadow had completely covered him now.
It is.
He slowly turned to see what it was.
What?
What?
I'm on location about to enter the house. Let you know what we find.
The agent stepped into the house. It reeked of mold and decay. This entire area had been monitored by the Foundation for a while now. For some reason,
Now.
it seemed to have a higher than normal occurrence of anomalous activity. He looked at the floor and saw a backpack, book, and a phone. A partially ripped apart cord and earbuds laid on the floor besides it. He followed the direction the cord was pointing to.
Oh, God. Patch me in the cloths now.
Who? Agent Ray? Where's he at? I'm on my way. He gunned the motorcycle as he headed towards the location. The van pulled up outside the house.
Dr. Claus, thanks for coming so quickly.
Not at all. No, I didn't expect to be back here again so soon.
Right? What is it about this street?
I wish I knew. So, what do you have for me?
You'll want to see this for yourself.
Lead the way?
Jeez, really? Who invited you to the party?
Chen don't need no invite. Chen goes where Chen wants to go.
Are you
What?
going to be referring to yourself in the third person the whole time? Because that's going to get really annoying, and you're normally pretty annoying to begin with.
You got a smart mouth, Ray.
And you got a smart
He
nose
does
from what I
that
hear.
whenever he's feeling
The
uppity.
two men squared off,
Yeah.
looking each other dead in the eye. Neither blinking.
Haha, same old Chen.
You know it. Good to see you, Ray. How's the new location treating you?
You know how it is. New office, same old anomalous stuff.
So if you two are finished flirting, can we get in there?
Sorry,
Oh my
Chief.
god.
Sorry, Doc. What in the...
I think it's asleep now.
Boyfriend flirting?
Well, this looks like a pretty open and shut case.
Okay.
The chair did it. In the living room with the...
I get it.
Mouth.
So the kid was sitting on the floor, listening to music and reading a book from the looks of it, and then this chair creature just comes over and eats him? How did he not hear that coming?
You said it yourself. He was listening to music. And you want to know why he didn't hear it coming? Because of those old earbuds. They don't have awareness mode.
Oh
What
no.
you need?
Don't fucking make this into an advertisement. Sounds a lot like they're trying to say he wouldn't get murdered if he had new earbuds.
It was too late.
All right, I want this whole house quarantined and that chair loaded up and taken back to my lab.
I'll see to it.
You come too, Ray. You were the first on scene. I might have some questions.
No problem. Hey, Chin, can I borrow that bike?
Not a single scratch. Chen tossed in the keys.
This thing is amazing. I wonder how it started off. How it got into the chair.
Wait, you mean it's not the chair? I thought it just disguised itself to look like a chair.
No, the material of the chair is genuine. It somehow attached itself to the chair. Where's Ray?
One sec. Ray, where you at?
I'm almost there. Just parking up the bike.
Roger. He'll be with us in a minute.
Let's take it for an x-ray. I want to have a better look on the inside. Yep, good. Look, no, bit to the left. Left. Right.
Why?
Right. Yep. Right there. Perfect. Thank you.
This thing is heavy, you know?
Ah, there you are. Did you see any other furniture like this?
With teeth and claws? No, that was the only one.
All right, let's run the x-ray. Anyone feel like a coffee?
I could definitely use one.
Same here.
I could definitely go with a strong...
Wait, did they have
Stop,
to talk about
stop!
move his mouth?
Emergency quarantine now! Lock
Did I
down this
mention
room,
moving
lock
his
down my
mouth?
lab.
On it.
What is it?
Do you see that?
Quarantine teams en route.
Chen, you want to know how it got in the chair?
How?
It's not just some animal. It's also fungal. The chair has spores in it.
Spores? Like mold?
Uh-huh. And you know how easy mold spreads?
We need immediate decontamination.
Well, this is nice and cozy, isn't it?
At least we got our coffee.
How long do we need to be here?
We're on fluconazole. We've gone through enough decontamination. It shouldn't be much longer.
Back to business then. Where did this thing come from?
I've been going through these shots from the house and these close-ups from the furniture. You see this? What's that say?
Then you clearly
Hardy's
went down the road.
Furniture
Why didn't you
Shop.
just
That's
in the
our
towel?
first port of call.
I don't know.
As soon as they get us some new clothes.
They pulled up in front of the store. The windows were covered with paper, and a for sale message was scrawled onto the windows.
I'll take the lead on this one, Chen.
Lead the way. Ray opened the door. Inside was dark and damp. It looked like nobody had been here for months, or even years. At first, everything looked normal. Then he saw it. One of the chairs moved. Then another. And another. It opened its four eyes and spat some
Why?
sort of acid out of them.
Fall back! This whole place is infested!
Did you see that thing? It was spitting acid.
They're evolving. Let's get them back to the foundation and into containment.
They're getting their
We can
mixed
study
up.
them under safer
Yep.
conditions there. Oh, and burn this building to the ground.
Morning, Doc. Find anything interesting?
First things first, my coffee.
Yeah. Here you go.
Oh, coffee.
Chen watched Klaus as he sipped his coffee. Okay, enough. Did you find anything?
Uh-huh.
And?
And what?
What did you find?
I'll let Agent Ray fill you in on that. He's on his way now.
Right on cue, the door opened behind them.
Morning, Chen.
Ray?
Chen here is asking what you found. Would you care to explain?
Sure. So you remember that chair that spits acid?
Yeah, that one.
Right. Well, it seems to be the most evolved. So we worked our way back until we found that one back there. It seems to be the most simplest in terms of biology. Just some teeth and claws, really.
So that's the first one.
We think so, yeah.
But it looks so much more modern than the rest.
That's because it came from another place. It ended up at Hardy's furniture shop and then infected the other furniture before being moved to the house we found it at.
So it could have
Yep.
spread its fungus before Hardy's even.
That's
furniture
the
store was
problem.
First.
It came from,
The first place they
well, a
And it
pretty
was-
big store.
never mind.
How big?
Mm-hmm.
Real big.
How big is
I think
real
we'd have
big?
an easier time
Well,
looking at the details they get.
You know
right at this point.
SCP-3008? The
What?
Infinite IKEA?
You gotta be kidding.
What?
We're not related to Infinite IKEA!
What?
SCP-995. Object Class, Euclid. 995 is an organism with traits that vary between those of fungi and those of animals. 995's life cycle starts with it being a spore. 995 spores have more probability of activating under artificial structures, such as household furniture. There, the spore will grow into a soft organic mass, which feeds off microorganisms in the air.
Nope.
It will continue to grow, sprouting appendages, enabling it to move. A mouth will soon form, along with teeth and a simple digestive tract. 995, in its mature stage, feeds on larger organisms, such as insects and rodents. The specimen will then start generating more instances of SCP-995 via the reproduction of spores. All personnel should be sterilized before and after coming into the containment cell. 995 is to be contained in multiple terrariums, with each colony separated. Currently, there are 4 colonies. Each terrarium is to be cleaned weekly. Feeding of the specimens is to be done twice a week at appropriate hours. During any containment breach, the room is to be sterilized by incineration.
A chair isn't always just a chair. Don't accept things at face value if you're unsure. Always question and find out more. You never know what's hiding beneath the surface.
As always, have a
What?
I feel like they got spores everywhere besides offensiveness.
Yeah. I agree. It was just, what the fuck? Offensiveness and only men? Are you saying like it's a 0?
Well, did you see? Actually, they. Should we count the characters they removed and changed as offensiveness?
No, that's in another category.
Yeah. They didn't really insult anyone or act racist or sexist. So, gotta give it a 0. At least it's not a 0. Why did they change so much of the SCP? Even when they were talking about it. It's like they didn't read the file at all.
Yep.
They were even color-coded.
Oh,
Color-coded!
Jerry, the cool one is next.
3007?
Yep, also known as the World of Two Artists. But they also nicknamed it as He Comes For Us. With an earth emoji.
Well,
Anyway.
it's your turn to read it, so that's a very long file. I mean, it's not the longest, but I'm not sure what to call that file.
Yeah. Also, SCP-3007. Warning: the following document is classified as a level-VI info hazard. Unauthorized access will result in termination. Through Medikill Agent. Proceed at your own risk. The Medikill Agent activated. Continue life signs confirmed. Retrieving file. Item: SCP-3007. Object Class: Keter. Special containment procedures. Hospitals and media worldwide are to be monitored for the appearance of 3007-1. All individuals confirmed as 3007-2 are to be terminated immediately. Unaffected civilians who have acquired knowledge of -3 are to be administered Class A amnestics. Personnel demonstrating reluctance or non-cooperation in the enactment of the above procedures are to be anesthetized and transferred immediately. As containment breach of 3007 will result in an XK class end of the world scenario. Oh. Description: SCP-3007-1 is a reoccurring hallucinogenic phenomenon, with no apparent pattern regarding age, gender, race, health, or occupation. -1 affects approximately redacted individuals, designated as -2, at any given time worldwide. The new instances constantly emerging despite the Foundation's efforts at elimination. Currently, no new method other than death has been proven effective in the prevention or discontinuation of -1. -1 occurs on a seemingly random basis for an average of 4 times per day for each student. The duration is typically between 50 to 80 minutes. Affected subjects claim to be transported to a location designated 3007-3. Destination of -3 is largely identical among subjects, but does not resemble any known place on Earth. Although -1 often occurs in multiple subjects simultaneously, there are no confirmed cases of subjects meeting within -3. While experiencing -1, subjects are fully capable of physical movement, but report that they can only perceive reality through hearing and touch. As a result, subjects are capable of navigating -3 while also maintaining communication with unaffected individuals. The sensations of sight, smell, and taste within -3 are reported indistinguishable from reality. Any trauma or injury obtained within the context of -1 will also manifest on subjects into reality. To date, there have been redacted subjects who died from high-altitude impact, presumably due to actions taken while experiencing -1. In addition, sound originating from within -3 can be clearly perceived in reality within a 2-meter radius of -2. These two attributes provide some evidence as to -3's existence. Addendum 1. Interview log 3007-2C. The first recorded account of -3. Interview log 3007-2C. Interviewed. 3007-2C. A 60-year-old retired female from South Korea. Doctor, interviewer, Dr. Redacted. Date, December 7th, 20 Redacted. Forward. Dialogue has been translated from Korean. Subject was among the first SCP-3007-2 to be discovered, and at the time, the only mentally sound subject. Begin transcript. Doctor redacted. Good morning, Miss Redacted. How are you feeling? SCP-3007-2C. Not well, I'm afraid. I have trouble sleeping. Examinations indicate that you are in good health. So is this caused by your condition? Condition? Oh, you mean the visions. Yes, I keep thinking about that place. Place? Subject nods. Wait, oh god. Yes, the times before it was blurry like a dream. I remember just enough to tell that it was the same place. This time though, it was different. I could see a landscape in perfect clarity. Please describe the location in detail. It will sound utterly unbelievable, but please believe me. After the vision started, I appeared in a narrow suspension bridge of sorts. It was day, but the sunlight seemed weak, as if it was obscured by smoke. There was a horrible stench in the air. Reminds me of garbage and rotten meat. "3007-2C begins to gag. Are you alright? Yes, it's just that it brings back so many memories. Sorry. I'll keep going. I could see quite far because of the height, and all around me there was the ruins of a city. Well, I'm not sure. The buildings were different from anything that I've ever seen before. More like giant trees and skyscrapers. They were so tall that I had to crane my neck to see the needle-thin top. Some stood straight, but most have fallen or have been reduced to rubble. When the dizziness finally stopped, I went to the side of the bridge and looked down. The ground was out of sight, like the city continued forever into the darkness. I had to step away before I threw up or lost my footing. Thousands of bridges like the other one that I stood on seemed to be the only links between the buildings. However, many of them were broken as well. All the structures were made from a smooth, metallic material. But rather than being shiny, it was white as bone. What you able to discern any living creatures among the ruins? No, I didn't see a single animal or person moving around. There were no plants either. You'd think that abandoned building would be overrun with them. The whole place was dead and barren. I see. Were there any other notable features? Subject shifts visibly uncomfortable. See, there was a tall black pillar in the distance. It was thicker and stood out from all the other buildings. So I grew curious and started walking towards it. I could have gotten there, but things appeared in my path. Lying on the ground, there were... Doctor, do I have to continue? I don't want to remember it. Please, can we just stop? I understand that you're upset, but please resume. Subject covers her mouth with one hand, beginning to cry. I'm sorry, it just startled me, that's all. The corpses, they were scattered everywhere. They seemed dried up and mummified. So they must have died long ago. I thought they belonged to different animals at first, but I dared to look closer. They might have been people, but their bodies were wrong, twisted. There was a man, I think, whose bones bulged in parts and erupted out of his skin, like extra limbs. He had his arms raised, probably clawing at those things when he died. A child was next to him. It must have been a child. Its head was melted like wax. It was the same height as my grandson. Oh, God. Some of them were joined together, pressed into the clubs. Oh, God, please. No. Rambling of this nature continues for several more minutes. 3007-2C descends into a state of hysteria and refuses to offer further instructions. Further description. Persuasion is unsuccessful and the subject is deemed unsound for continued interviewed. Thank you. That'll be all for today.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yep. End log. Closing statement. The level of destruction observed and psychological effect on the subject is concerning. Future investigations will be concentrated on obtaining information regarding its location and its correlation to 3007-1. That at Decker redacted. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something for my throat.
Okay.
Yep. Alright. I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Addendum 2. The presence of a large pillar is consistent among the reports from 3007-2 per subjects. The object is visible to the starting point within -3 and appears prominent among the other structures in the city. Due to its potential significance, Dr. Redacted, the lead researcher on 3007, strongly advocates its exploration. Exploration log 3007-GV. Subject SCP-3007-2GV, formerly known as Redacted. Subject is a 23-year-old Australian male, formerly an illustrator. Subject is notable for possessing an exceptional memory. Supervisor personnel, Dr. Redacted. Equipment, none. Additional notes. Redacted exploration attempts have been conducted previously but were largely unsuccessful due to the non-cooperation of subjects. 3007-2GV volunteered, expressing great desire in assisting the understanding and treatment of 3007-1. Begin log from 8:30 on July 14th, 20 redacted. SCP-3007-2GV. Doctors outside 11 now. Doctor Redacted. Could you see the pillar structure? Yeah, it's not far. I think I can get there in an hour. There are no problems. Police pursuits are planned. Alright. Oh god, this is confusing. Irregular footsteps on metal are heard, echoing somewhat. Almost fell off. It's weird not feeling anything in here. Oh, okay, I think I'm good now. Footsteps resume, now noticeably steadier. Subject occasionally slows, like avoiding obstacles on the ground. Please discard your surroundings and notify us of any deviations from your previous observations. That parts of stuff I've seen before. The buildings are kilometers high. I'm pretty sure they made out of metal. Like the surface I'm walking on right now. We're just everywhere. Crisscrossing and joining like spider crabs. They're mostly intact, so I can go on from one to another as long as I'm careful. As for the time, the lightning's pretty good, so there it's early morning. There's a faint crunchy noise followed by the subject cursing. Damn, snapped on his leg. Oh, got the smell. Thought I'd gotten used to it. Footsteps resume, but the subject's breathing is heavy. There are more of those things littered around, but judging from the stink, It's a lot worse inside the buildings. I'd prefer not to go in there. You just stay out and open it. Is that alright? That's fine. Continue. Subject presses for 15 minutes without much event. During this time, the subject reports consistent of observational damage done to the structures. All accounts are consistent with the ones given by previous subjects. I'm getting closer. But there are more weird things around here. There's a fighter jet with 6 wings. That's crashing the building beneath me. Been hanging there for a while. I can see the pilot in the cockpit. Fuck. He spit down the medicine one hanging out of each side. My god, this place is seriously messed up. Are there any other artifacts? Yeah, they're all around and in gruesome. I don't think you've told me about this before, Doctor. No, you're only subject to venture to find out to observe such an occurrence. Okay, guess I should watch out. Don't know what this place is gonna throw me next. Oh, and the smell's getting a bit stronger. It's making me a bit sick. Interesting. Some of your core splits. If you say so. Subject continues to report instances of damaged artifacts, amount to over 40 identical ones with observational range. 20 minutes later, the subject's footsteps begin to slow. Alright, I'm looking up at the pillar now. It's much larger than I thought. It's like a cylinder. Around 40 meters thick, maybe more. Are there any other unusual features? I can see what's got some colorful patches on it, probably decoloration. There's some stairs wrapped around and leading to the top. It smells, oh god. What's wrong? The corpses, a whole goddamn crowd of them. They've gathered around the bottom, squished together. I can't even count how many there are. Jesus Christ. Please remain calm and assess the level of observation. Could you teach me the suitcase? Wait, are you saying that I should go through them? I'm not gonna do it, no way. Please continue. You have volunteered, haven't you? I didn't know I would be dealing with this. That is the purpose of this exploration, Mr. Duck. Currently, we lack sufficient information to continue these hallucinations. It would require your cooperation. You can help us find a treatment for your condition, and we never have to visit this place again. Can help us find the treatment for a condition and never have to visit this place again. SCP-3007-2GV is silent for almost 1 minute. Fine, I've tried just as once. This is sad. Subject's breathing becomes labored and footsteps increase in frequency. Muffled, crunching sounds are heard, along with subject's swearing and occasional stumbling after 3 minutes. These noises diminish and there's a series of rapid taps followed by a heavy thump. Subject begins to gasp loudly. Jesus, never me again. Never again. Fuck. There are momentarily scraping noises followed by a few slow steps. Mr. Doctor, we don't know when the codes will end.
Jag vill ett what?
F. Fuck, I lost my place for a moment. God damn it!
Oh. Oh, that's not good.
And it says, we don't know what the close with the end, so please refrain from delaying an assault.
Alright, I was going to. The further away from those things, the better. Doctor, those bodies. They're pressed together like they're climbing over each other to get to this pillar. And some of them, the ones that have heads, they're all facing up like they're staring straight at me. Whatever's on the top of this thing. Fuck. It's freaky. I think I'm gonna get going now. Tapping sounds restarts. Such it remains silent for several minutes. Gradually, a faint rushing sound emerges, presumably wind from increased altitude. Doctor, this place is making me feel uneasy.
Considering what you have seen, this is understandable.
No, Doctor, you don't understand. It's not just the corpses and buildings. This place isn't normal. What happened here wasn't normal. I first thought that there was some kind of natural disaster. Like an earthquake or meteor rain. Thought that was how the city got destroyed. But now that I'm up high, the whole place looks wrong.
Why did you assume that?
Well, from up here, I've been noticing something unusual about the buildings. They've not just been reduced to rubble or blown down. Some of them have been curled and cut into sections or even squashed into pots. Like clay, and it's more like they've been deformed, like they're wires that a kid took and bent the weird shapes. When it becomes more audible as the subject ascends. I think it's the same with the jets and even the bodies. Most of these corpses had human features, like they used to be people. An earthquake wouldn't do that. It doesn't make sense. Whatever happened here, it didn't just destroy. It played with its place.
Understood. Please proceed.
The wind gradually increases in volume. Footsteps pause. I've got a long come across the first pit now. It's narrow and taller than I am. I can spot a few more around this pillar. Right next to the stairs. It's like the whole thing was designed to show it.
What does it depict?
I think it might pretend some kind of store. There's a group of people in it, full of random objects. They're smiling, but other than that, their faces are blank. There's also a strange blue creature, but that just might be an exaggerated person. The lines on the background look like the buildings in the city. I can be sure through the lines, it's surreal and hard to describe. It's completely different from what I'm used to, but I can't try drawing it.
Yes, that will certainly be helpful.
Okay, I'll see what I can memorize. If I can memorize the others too. Let's restart and continue for 5 minutes. I wanted the second one, even more confusing than the first one, but I can make out some aircrafts. 6 wings like the ones I found a while ago. No report for 5 minutes. Durations implied that the paintings are evenly spaced along the pillar. Jesus, this one's fucked up. It's got some of those quartz creatures in it. But they look like they're still alive. God, I can almost smell him again.
It might have just been your imagination. You have been disoriented and put under stress for the last 15 minutes, so it's perfectly normal to confuse illusions with reality.
I don't know what's real anymore. 5-minute duration. There's that stint again. It's gotten away from the batters, but it's not faded. Action is getting closer.
Please remain calm, Mr. Redacted. You are perfectly safe. I assure you.
5-minute duration. This one, it shows the people having lines coming up out of the planes, and they're sort of like to the pillar. You think one of them might be me?
This is an interesting observation.
Yeah, I think it might help figure out what this is all about. God, I can't take it anymore. For the next 5 minutes, the subject mumbles incoherently under his breath while ascending. I've almost reached the end now, and the smell's getting really strong, Doctor. I don't know what's there, and I'm not sure if I want to find out.
Mr. Redacted, please continue. You have come this far.
Doctor, I suppose black. Better see it through. The wind is loud now, almost muffling the subject's footfalls as he steps into a different surface. Subject suddenly yells incoherently. There's a dull thud, followed by shuffling noises. Oh my God, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Crying is audible.
What do you see?
I don't fucking know. It's dried and like all the other ones I've studied, but it's huge. It's got a face 10 times bigger than mine and a body. Oh God, so many arms. That's missing chunks of its curved.
Mr. Redacted, please don't panic. It's dead, isn't it? Doesn't it pose any danger to you?
No, Doctor, it's not just a corpse. It's a painting and it's line on. The final one. I don't think it's finished, but I can tell. Oh God, why is that here? There. It's a fucking... Redacted.
Are you sure?
Of course not I am. Anyone would have. Sir stops abruptly and after momentarily confusion, reports that Dash 1 has ended. Although in an emotionally unstable state, subject says that he is able to recall the images with great clarity. End log. 9:41 on July 14th, 20 redacted. Closing statement. Provided that 3007-2GV's account is reliable, I believe that we will be able to obtain information regarding Dash 3 or images he creates. Doctor Redacted. Addendum 3. September 25th, 20 redacted. Graphic reproduction of paintings on the surface of the pillar by 3007-2GV. The images were shown to other subjects involved in later expeditions who confirmed that they were highly accurate in terms of resemblance to the original artworks. And here's the art.
Oh.
I think I'll go slowly with it.
I think I'd be screaming too.
Right here, this reminds me of Flesh That Hates. I really like the art.
It's very beautiful, but also very dark.
Yep. Addendum 4. December 27th, 20 redacted. Attention 3007.B. Reproduction of the final painting located on the top of the pillar. 3007/2 level clearance required. Input credentials. Well, from the looks of where it's attaching, it looks like it's probably in Africa somewhere.
Well, we don't know that for sure.
Yeah. Alright, time to judge the thumbnail. Oh no, you're gonna hate this.
What's the thumbnail?
They sexualized it.
What?
It literally looks like it's having a period.
I don't think they're sexualizing it, but it doesn't make it better. They've added a weird, obscene amount of violence in that image alone.
Yep. Alright. Be ready for it.
As ready as I'll ever be, I guess.
Oh wait, I want to first see if... Oh, the creator of the article created the images.
That's amazing.
Yep, and they only gave credit for the article, not the images. Okay. Alright. And 3, 2, 1.
What is this place? Where am I? The man stood in the street, seemingly talking to himself. His eyes were glazed over unnaturally. His arms extended to the sides of him, as if balancing himself on some precarious ledge. Oh God, what is that? He turned his head and pointed into the distance.
Yeah.
A crowd started to slowly gather around him.
Hey! Hey! You okay?
Who's that? I hear you, but I can't see you.
What's going on? You need help?
It's like a dream, a nightmare, but too real. The wind and the smell, rotting, garbage, and death.
Do you need help?
I can't feel the ground. I can't feel anything. It's slippery.
No one would fucking
The
yell,
man's
"Do
body
you
lifted
need
into the
help?"
air as he screamed and flailed, feet above the ground. He came
Why?
crashing down with a dull thud.
It never did
His
that,
body
right?
broken
Nope.
and bent, as if he'd fallen thousands of feet. Welcome back. On tonight's show, we have Death Knight from Raid Shadow Legends.
A big hello from
Roadkill.
What?
This guy looks like Roadkill.
Well, not quite. He's more like a high altitude impact. He's crushed.
Suicide?
Doesn't seem to be. Happened in front of a small group of people.
Which building?
That's just it. He was only feet off the ground.
Eh?
He floated feet off the ground as if he was falling, then hit the ground, causing significant trauma. Dead on impact.
That's odd. Any strange objects or encounters?
From what the bystanders said, he was just walking along and came to a stop. He reported seeing strange things.
Like a trance.
Except he was able to communicate with the people around him while he was in that dream state.
Seems like a pretty cold trail then.
Not quite. This isn't the first case we've heard about, and we have statements from a few other people who have experienced similar things. The kicker is, they're still alive.
I've picked up the subject. We're on our way back now.
So you said this doctor will be able to help me.
He's the best. He'll be able to get to the bottom of these dreams of yours.
Well, alright. I'm ready to try just about anything now. They're terrifying.
Good afternoon, Miss Rayleigh. Thank you for coming in.
This is a really odd place. It's a hospital, you say?
Yes, kind of a special government research hospital. Would you mind standing over there?
Clausen the technician proceeded to place monitoring equipment on the lady.
When do the dreams start?
It's random, I think, but a few times a day.
All right, we'll just wait and see then.
An hour passed when Chen noticed the woman's eyes begin to go cloudy. Hey, Doc, take a look. Her blank eyes looked around the room.
Miss Rayleigh, are you in the dream world now?
Yes, I'm here again. It's oppressive. The air, the buildings, something terrible has happened here.
Can you describe what you see?
Buildings. Massive metallic skyscrapers reaching kilometers into the sky. They're everywhere. They don't look like any city I've ever heard of.
Where are you amongst the buildings?
I'm on a platform, a suspension bridge. It's made of metal too. I can't see clearly and I can't feel anything, but this bridge is slippery.
That's what happened to that guy. He must have slipped and fell off the bridge in his dream.
Can you tell me what you see below?
I can't see the ground. It goes on forever. These buildings are enormous.
Please continue on.
Wait, I see something. I'm going to walk towards it.
Strange place.
It's a body. The smell, and it's crushed and broken. What is that? It's huge. I can't go on anymore. Please make it stop.
Okay, you can wake up now. It's over. You're safe.
It's so horrible. That place. There's something very wrong with it.
I understand. Thank you for coming in. You helped us a lot. I'm gonna call another doctor in who will give you something to calm you down.
That was pretty creepy.
I wonder what it is.
We need to find someone who's willing to go in, to go further and explore that tower.
One step ahead of you, there's a man in Australia who's volunteered to go further.
Great, let's bring him in.
Already on it. What's even better, he's an illustrator with an eidetic memory. Might be able to get some real details. Thank you for coming all this way.
No worries. Was keen to find out what all this means. And you guys have been treating me real well. First class flight, 5-star hotel, fantastic.
Glad to hear that. Okay, shall we get started?
Let's do it.
Time passed slowly, but yet nothing was happening. How long does this usually take?
Mate, if I knew you think we'd still be waiting around, it's random, but it'll happen.
Fair dinkum.
What?
Ignore him, please.
Moments later, the man's eyes began to cloud. Okay, it's starting.
I'm on a bridge. Seems metallic. Huge skyscrapers everywhere. Everything seems destroyed and run down. Kind of an end-of-the-world apocalyptic scenario. I can see in the distance the tower.
Is it far?
Not too far, no. Reckon I can get there before the dream ends. There are planes too, but they have like 6 wings. There's a fair few of them.
Please proceed.
He walked along the metal pathway. The further he went, the worse the smell was.
Oh, it's like decay and rot. Oh, it's awful. Oh, I see why now. Bodies. There are bodies everywhere. Twisted and bent. Split open, crushed. This is horrible. And the smell keeps getting worse.
How far is the tower now?
Not far, but I don't know if I can go any further.
Please, just a little further.
I'll try. I'm at the tower now, and it's getting worse than before. There's a spiral staircase going up, and I think there are paintings on the walls. The whole way up is piled with bodies. I think I'm gonna be sick.
I understand, but please keep going. That's why you're here.
Okay, just one time. I'm at the first painting. 3 figures. 2 have spears, and it looks like 2 planets above.
They use the art.
With those planes I saw earlier. Beneath, some sort of people. They look happy, I guess, doing ordinary kind of stuff. Beneath them is some large blue figure, like a goddess. Mother Nature?
Understood. Please proceed to the next one.
The sky's now red, and those planes, are they crashing? Those people look like they're in pain, and these red figures, there are red lines coming from their heads. The smell is getting worse. No more bodies, but the smell is worse.
A little further, please.
The blue planets, they're now red. And when he's broken, everyone
How did they make
screaming.
this SCP
They're all-
boring?
Huh?
How did they make this SCP boring?
I don't know.
Red now.
Okay.
Beneath it, some kind of red monster. At the bottom, that blue goddess protecting a priestess?
That's very good. How many paintings remain?
Just 2, I think. Going to the next one. The goddess is protecting the priestess as she takes the children away, I think. They're leaving their home. The red creature is almost at the goddess now. I think they made it, but the goddess is left to fight the red. She's upside down. The red has her now. There's some sort of opening beneath her, and the red lines. They're going through it, and attaching to more people.
Very good. Continue to the last one, please.
Oh my God! No! No, it's not possible! It's not possible! Let me out! Let me out!
He came to, disorientated and confused. It's okay. You're safe. You're alive.
Take him to a room, get him something to calm his nerves. Come take a look at this. They're the drawings of what he experienced in the dream. You see this? They were a happy civilization under the nurture of their goddess. They built planes and explored nearby planets. But what they found was a malevolent god. It came back with them somehow. It poisoned, tortured, and killed everyone. The goddess tried to save them, so she protected and sent a savior with the children to find a new home. They opened some sort of portal and left the goddess behind on their dying world. She fought the red as best she could, but succumbed to it. It seems like the red found or created another portal to spread its evil.
What about the last picture?
It's coming through now. Oh my. Chen? Get the amnestics here. Stat, you're gonna need to take a shot.
What? Why?
Just trust me, take the shot. I need to speak to Lucius.
Not again.
Sir, I need to speak with you urgently.
What is it, Klaus?
This SCP we've been researching, it's an info hazard. We thought these people were having dreams or were witnessing another dimension. Everything destroyed. A dark tower at the end of it all. Some unfathomable red evil came to this place and killed everything, including their deity who tried to save them. The tower was her message. She encrypted paintings on it. Paintings, because text explanations would trigger the info hazard. The drawings are safe, but this evil entity found a way out, a portal to Earth. It's coming, spreading through the human minds through dreams.
Who else knows about this?
Just Chen and me, and Chen is being amnesticized as we speak.
Fine.
Will this info hazard even affect you? I need you to document this before I amnesticize myself.
I'll handle it, but Klaus, amnestics don't work very well on you.
They don't?
No, it's a side effect of the process.
Wait, how many times before?
Never mind that now. Just come here and take a look at this.
What?
Crypt key. I've got another job for you. SCP-3007. Object Class, Keter. SCP-3007-1 is a reoccurring hallucinogenic phenomenon, with new instances constantly emerging despite the Foundation's efforts at elimination. Currently, no method other than death has been proven effective in the prevention or discontinuation of SCP-3007-1. -2 are individuals experiencing 3007-1. The description of -3 is largely identical among subjects, but does not resemble any known place on Earth. Subjects are fully capable of physical movement, but report that they can only perceive reality through hearing and touch. As a result, subjects are capable of navigating -3, while also maintaining communication with unaffected individuals. Any trauma or injury obtained within the context of -1 will also manifest on subjects in reality. Sound originating from within -3 can clearly be perceived in reality within a 2-meter radius of -2.
Our thirst for knowledge is what advances our civilization.
What?
But sometimes it can lead us too far. Remember the old saying, curiosity killed the cat.
As always, have a care
What?
and remember to...
So Klaus is dead now.
I don't know. Let's just rank this.
Removal of characters / license.
They removed a license, although it didn't seem like they removed that many characters, but they still removed characters. Is that a 3 or a 4?
I guess 3. They kept some.
Okay, 3. Yeah. That's valid.
Yeah. Also, I think I'll make this the last SCP tonight because I'm getting tired.
That's valid. Also, violence added, I think, is 4. Somehow.
Yeah. Alright. Deviates from the plot of the article.
4. Unless you think it's lower.
No, I agree.
I'm sorry. It was a really cool SCP to read.
Yeah, only metadata / offensiveness.
It's not offensive, but I still don't like it.
Yeah. $25%.
Whoa.
I don't know why I'm so tired.
It's okay if you're tired.
Alright, everyone do your last words now while I go see if there's anyone I want to raid. Hey, Hatchet's still here. Still streaming. Go to ride the Hatchet.
Like, comment, subscribe, and follow Bright so that you never miss a stream or vid. Give her money if in case you miss her content. Lol.
Why did it do double? Anyways. I'll type in the raid words now. Jerry, you have any last words?
I guess that's my last word. I guess it's a disappointment that they took another very awesome SCP and just peed all over it. Again. I'm not surprised, but I am disappointed. Do you have any thoughts on it?
No.
Not even on how the last one they that we looked at?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't even know what this means. But my raid words being the content farms broke Jerry and Bright so much the stream went in reverse.
What?
I don't know. Alright, Danger Noodles. Be kind to Hatchet, share the love and everything. Hope to see you guys next time for your next mission. I'm fucking tired. I can't think of anything weird bullshit to say. Bye.